Chapter 15. Breaking Walls. The mist climbed higher. Green vapor swallowed the chamber inch by inch, while Marcus collapsed against the vault door, screaming through clenched teeth as his flesh dissolved faster than any human body could survive. Skin slid from his arms in blackened strips. Muscle beneath bubbled and tore apart. His lungs burned every time he inhaled. The healing never stopped. That was the worst part. Every second his body regenerated, only to melt again immediately. An endless cycle of destruction. Marcus slammed his shoulder against the steel vault door again. Nothing. The reinforced metal didn't even bend. The Ascendants had designed this room specifically for immortals. Not to kill, to trap, to dissolve forever. The realization hit him through the agony. No escape, no rescue. Lily would die while he rotted inside this chamber for eternity. No! Marcus coughed violently. Black blood spattered across the dissolving floor. His left hand had already lost most of its skin entirely. White bone gleamed through melting muscle as steam rose from exposed tendons. The mist kept thickening. Marcus's vision blurred heavily now. The pain should have broken him, should have driven him insane. Instead, it fed something deeper. Rage. Not blind anger. Purpose. Every memory surged upward through the agony. Sarah lying dead on the kitchen floor. Lily screaming while black-eyed men dragged her away. The 48 hours stolen. The countdown. Tomorrow night. Marcus slowly turned away from the vault door and looked at the wall beside it. Concrete, reinforced, nearly 3 feet thick. Impossible for any normal man. Marcus stared at it while flesh slid from his knuckles. Then he raised his skeletal fist and punched. The impact cracked the chamber like a gunshot. Pain exploded up his arm instantly as exposed bone fractured against reinforced concrete. But the wall cracked, tiny, barely visible. Marcus breathed hard through melting lungs, then punched again, and again, and again. Each strike shattered more at his hands. Finger bones splintered, skin tore completely away, but every fracture healed seconds later beneath waves of burning regeneration. The wall cracked deeper. Marcus roared through the acid fog and drove both fists into the concrete repeatedly with inhuman force. The chamber shook violently. Chunks of reinforced stone exploded outward into darkness. Rebar bent beneath the impacts. His body looked monstrous now, half-flayed, steam rising from exposed muscle, while new flesh crawled visibly across ruined bone. Still, he kept punching. The mist dissolved his face faster than it healed. One eye melted nearly shut. His teeth remained permanently exposed through ruined cheeks, but the wall was breaking. Marcus slammed forward again with everything left inside him. The concrete finally fractured inward. A hole opened. Cold air rushed through from the other side. Marcus grabbed the broken edges with ruined hands and tore the breach wider. Rebar screamed apart. Concrete exploded outward into darkness beyond. Then Marcus forced himself through. He stumbled out of the collapsing chamber just as the wall behind him partially caved inward under the pressure. Fresh air hit his lungs like ice. Marcus dropped hard onto one knee, coughing black blood and acid onto the floor. His body began repairing itself immediately. New skin crawled visibly across exposed ribs. Muscle reformed over skeletal fingers. Burned flesh stitched together in real time, while steam poured from his body. Marcus slowly lifted his head and realized he wasn't alone. Candles surrounded the chamber, hundreds of them. Dark red symbols covered the stone floor in massive circular patterns drawn entirely in blood. The air smelled metallic, rotting, alive. At the far end of the chamber stood a figure in crimson ceremonial robes, tall, motionless, watching him calmly. The high priest's face was hidden behind the mask carved from polished bone. But his hands dripped fresh blood upward against gravity, floating, moving unnaturally around his fingers like living threads. Blood magic. Marcus forced himself upright slowly, while flesh continued knitting across his body. The high priest tilted his head slightly, then spoke in a voice barely above a whisper. "The Banished One." The blood around the chamber began to rise from the floor, forming shapes, weapons, creatures. Marcus's healing skin tightened painfully across his fists as he stared at the priest through drifting steam. And somewhere far deeper beneath the sanctuary, Lily was waiting.